Imagine being your own boss, solving real problems, and helping other businesses grow, all while making a profit. Starting a consulting business might be your perfect next step. But where do you even begin? Don't worry, we've got you covered with 5 steps on how to start your very own consulting business. Not just that, but I'll share some tips that I learned myself when starting my very own consulting business 6 years ago. Hi, my name is Bedad. I'm a CPA and the co-founder of ReInvestWealth. So let's start with step 1. Your consulting business should begin with you. Ask yourself, what are you really good at? Which industries have you worked in? And what problems are you really good at solving? But here's the thing, just knowing your skills isn't enough. It's about uncovering your unique value. What makes you the expert that clients will want to hire? Reflect on your past successes, your past projects, and what truly excites you. This clarity will set the stage for your entire business journey. Don't rush this step and take some real time to reflect. Now that you got your expertise mapped out, it's time to focus and go to step 2, which is the secret to standing out. It's actually quite simple. What you're gonna do is find your niche. So instead of becoming a jack of all trades, you are gonna become a master of one. But hold on, just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean it's gonna be profitable. A strong niche hits the sweet spot between your skills, your interests, and market demand. Therefore, research the markets and the gaps where your expertise are needed. The more specific you are, the easier it's going to be to stand out as the go-to expert in that specific niche. When I started as a self-employed accountant 6 years ago, sure, I could do personal tax returns, business tax returns, projections, so many other things, but I decided to focus on financial statements. And not only financial statements, I decided to go one layer deeper and do what's called compilation engagements. This is a super specific report that only businesses that want to raise money from investors or get money from a bank will need this specific report that can only be signed by a CPA. And focusing on this niche allowed me to really jumpstart my business and become the go-to expert when people needed compilation engagements. Okay, so step 3 is to choose your business structure. Are you gonna go self-employed or open a corporation? Most consultants usually start as self-employed, operating under their own legal name because it's usually free to start. But each structure has its own pros and cons, from taxes to legal liabilities, and depending on your niche, you might need special permits or licenses. Therefore, don't skip the research in this step and talk to professionals. If you want to know more about self-employed versus incorporation, just watch the video that I'll link in the descriptions, where I share some special discount codes to register your business with our partners at super affordable prices. Okay, let's talk about step number 4, branding. Your brand is your identity, and it's really gonna help with clients trusting you. Think more than just a logo and a website. Your brand should ideally reflect your long-term business vision. Clients want to see proof that you're the go-to expert. It's not just a matter of having a fancy website. They're going to ask you, why should I trust you with my business? Therefore, build trust using tips, case studies, and sharing thought leadership on social media. Use your website's blog, LinkedIn, or even YouTube, like I'm doing here, to share your expertise. And consistency builds credibility. And this is going to take time, so don't expect any life-changing results in a month or 2. When I was creating ReInvestWealth, sure, I started with a name, a logo, a website, but everybody has a logo and a website. So what we decided to focus on was creating a blog that would also double as a resource hub. And we shared everything on our blog. All of our achievements, our announcements, accounting resources, tips and tricks, literally everything. Then we would take those same blog posts, post them on LinkedIn, and also get them indexed on Google search. And now we're creating YouTube videos like this one for every single blog post to give all of our clients and potential users different ways of engaging with our content. The best part is, after spending years creating all of this content, you can spend hours going through it and learning at your own pace. And guess what? All of this content builds trust. So the next time you think about accounting software, you're going to think about using ReInvestWealth. Okay, so your business doesn't really exist without clients. And if you're doing step 4, which is creating content early, then step 5 will be easier. But you also want clients today, not just in 6 months from now. So start by leveraging your network and reaching out to past colleagues and contacts. You're gonna have to get out of your comfort zone for this one. Don't just send emails and wait. Pick up the phone, make some calls, and start generating some leads. Getting your first client is always going to be the hardest because you'll usually not have a portfolio or any testimonials to help. Therefore, you can try to offer a free or a discounted 30-minute consultation to help jumpstart the process of getting your first client. Be as valuable as possible as you can on these first calls by doing as much research as you can on the person that you're going to meet. Still to this day, the best tip that I know on getting your first few clients is just making dozens of phone calls every day for a few weeks. Making calls is great because you'll get immediate feedback right away. Sure, a lot of calls won't get answered, people will hang up on you, but you'll have great, insightful conversations, and I guarantee you, you'll land your first client before you even know it. Persistence here is key, so just don't give up. Starting your own consulting business is a big step, and you don't have to do everything at once. But skipping foundational steps, like building your own brand and finding your own niche, will make things much harder down the line. Plan well, stay consistent, and don't give up. If you're serious about starting your own consulting business, now is the time to take action. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more business tips. If you're starting a new business, introduce yourself in the comments below. And until next time, go build that dream business. Take care.